Comrades, attention. Forward, march.
Slippery. Let me go put this up there.
Fellow veterans and guests, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order arms. At ease. I got to make sure I get all this right. Comrade Chaplain, will you please deliver the opening prayer? On cover.
We are gathered here today not to glorify war, but to honor those who sacrificed to keep this nation free. The men and women we salute did not wish for battle, nor did they seek glory. They sought only to serve their country, and when duty called, they answered. Their courage brought us time, their devotion brought us freedom, and their sacrifice reminds us that liberty is not free. On this Veterans Day, we are compelled to remember that the true strength of America lies not in her wealth, nor in her power, but in the steadfast hearts of their sons and daughters who wear the uniform. They have carried the torch of freedom through the storm of battle and passed it to us still burning brightly. Let us pledge here, as they once did, to preserve that flame with gratitude for those who came before us, with vigilance against any who would extinguish it, and with faith that the sacrifices of our veterans will never be forgotten, nor their service in vain. Amen.
Amen. Cover. Good morning, everybody. My name is Matt Thompson, and it is an honor to stand before you today as the commander of VFW Post 7556 in Rochdale, and as a proud Navy veteran of the United States. I want to begin by thanking the town of Leicester, our local officials, community members, and most importantly, our veterans and their families for being here today to honor those who have served. Veterans Day is more than just a day on the calendar. It is a reflection of our nation's gratitude. It began over a century ago at the end of what was called the Great War. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, the guns fell silent on the battlefields of Europe. That moment marked the armistice that ended World War I. The following year, November 11th, was commemorated as Armistice Day, a day dedicated to peace and to honoring those who fought in this terrible war. Decades later, after World War II and the Korean War, millions more Americans had served in uniform. In recognition of their sacrifice and service, President Eisenhower signed legislation in 1954 officially changing Armistice Day to Veterans Day, a day to honor all American veterans of every era, living or past. Since then, each generation, whether in Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan, or in peacetime duty stations around the world, have continued to carry out that proud legacy of service. And today, more than 100 years after the first armistice, we gather once again as a grateful nation to honor all who have worn the uniform. As a Navy veteran, I know firsthand that service is more than a job. It's a calling. It's the early mornings, the deployments, the moments of uncertainty, and the pride that comes from knowing you're part of something greater than yourself. Those who have worn the uniform come from every background: farmers, teachers, students, parents, but they share one defining trait: the willingness to serve, to stand the watch so that others can live freely, and to place duty above self. Here in Leicester, we are fortunate to live in a community that remembers, year after year, that we see families gather, schools teach the meaning of this day, and neighbors pausing to those who have served. That respect, that gratitude is what keeps the spirit of Veterans Day alive. But remembrance alone is not enough. Veterans Day is also a call to action. It reminds us that our duty to veterans doesn't end when this ceremony concludes. It continues in how we support those transitioning back to civilian life, helping them find purpose, employment, community, and care. It means checking in on one another, lending a hand, or simply listening. Those small acts of kindness are how we live out the promise of no one left behind. And let us not forget the families, the spouses, the parents, and the children who serve in their own way. They endure long separations, sleepless nights, and the daily weight of worry. Their quiet strength sustains those in uniform and deserves our greatest, deepest gratitude. As commander of VFW Post 7556, I have the privilege of serving alongside men and women who continue to embody the values we learned in uniform: loyalty, duty, respect, and selfless service. We are proud to serve this community and to ensure that no veteran is ever forgotten or alone. So today, as we gather in reflection, let us honor our veterans with not only words, but with our actions. Let us carry their example forward with integrity, with unity, and with a renewed sense of purpose. Let us teach our children the meaning of this day so that long after we are gone, the people of Leicester will still gather here in gratitude and say those same two simple words: thank you. May God bless our veterans, may God bless the town of Leicester, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Firing squad, attention. Thank you very much for joining us today. This concludes our ceremony. Comrades, you are dismissed. Thank you, everybody.